Thank you, sir.
What's the latest that you're hearing on the arrest and detention of Mr. Dele Farotimi?
There was denied bail and is now kept in prison custody.
So he's appeared before a judge?
Yes, for bail and was denied bail. It was unfortunate.
Right. First of all, because you're a lawyer and a lot of people are not lawyers, would you be so kind as to define libel and defamation briefly for us and how that is covered in the body of Nigerian laws? Because I understand that it comes under section 373 of the Criminal Code.
As a matter of fact, libel and slander come under defamation. And defamation is a civil wrong.
Not a criminal
Not
wrong.
a criminal.
Right.
We have civil wrong and a criminal offense. And then we have criminal law and civil law. So libel, slander are under defamation and are all under the civil law. So you can't try somebody for a criminal offense for committing or for having done, presumed to have done a civil wrong. They cannot be offense without a law.
Yeah, but in certain circumstances, libel and defamation can become a criminal offense, can't it? In certain circumstances. And if so, what are those circumstances?
Only when a publication is causing unrest,
Right.
people can cause riots based on that defamation, that publication.
Right.
In this instance, there's no arrest,
Right.
no demonstration, nothing that can warrant the arrest of such thing. Besides, Lagos law, where Dele Farotimi resides, practice,
Right.
did a publication and was arrested, did not criminalize libel.
So just to be clear, because we need our audience to understand this, the criminality or otherwise of defamation varies depending on where you are in Nigeria, which state you're in. So different states have their own with regard to that.
Yes.
Right.
But because some states, Nigeria police and other people try to clamp down on everything libel. So Lagos, being so smart, make it clear by the 2011 amendment that defamation, whatever names you call, is not a criminal offense.
And of course, the police that arrested him came from Ekiti State. What is the law of defamation there?
In Ekiti State, the law there permits such. But do they have jurisdiction to go to another state
Right.
and perform the act? My worry is this. They came to Lagos State. The police in Lagos State allowed them to arrest somebody in Lagos State even when it's not an offense.
Yeah, but were the police in Lagos State aware that they came?
There's no way police will come to different states to perform an arrest without first of all going to the headquarters of the police in that place and tell them why they're here.
Right.
And so their act baffles me. But look at the irony there. Police came to Lagos State, arrested this great man, so to say, because of police understanding. This person arrested went to court, said, look at the law. I've not committed an offense. If the police can understand police, how come the court was able to understand the lawyer?
That's a good point.
Following the law and seeing the law and said, no, you don't have jurisdiction to do this. But in any case, let me tell you, it is really surprising that we kept expanding the jurisdiction of police on our own. The person who wrote petition to police is a senior lawyer. He knows police don't have jurisdiction. We read the petition and give to them. Thus expanding the jurisdiction, give the power to do what they ought not to have done. And that's so unfortunate.
Right. And in these circumstances, what is the defense that the law provides for? I mean, beyond the differences in sort of the law in different states. I mean, let's assume that a Ekiti state, is going through the sort of issue of defamation as a criminal case. What is the defense that the law provides for against defamation? And for instance, is speaking in the public interest considered to be a suitable legal defense against defamation? Truth is a defense, presumably, as well?
Good question. So in law, even when you bring the person in civil law for defamation, he has the right of what we call justification. Yes, I said this. I have A, B, Z for saying this. And I can defend myself. So if you file a suit against him in civil matter for defamation, he will file defense of justification. Now, when you bring him in criminal court, allege that he has done this, you're not giving him opportunity to defend himself. We are not saying that we support anybody saying or doing anything against
you. Just support due process of law.
Due process. The law provides what should be done. Let's follow the law and do it rightly. That's what we are saying. And as MBA, we cannot fold our hands, seeing things going wrong.
Indeed.
We must speak out.
Indeed.
Because the truth is, we're the voice of the voiceless.
And what was the reason that the court gave in remanding him in custody?
That is what really baffles me, because the prosecutor, one Samson Osun, told the court that he should be remanded in police custody while they continue investigation. So you have investigated him.
So you're still investigating. You haven't actually come up with all the evidence and everything. And you said, in the meantime, clamp him in irons while we're farting around.
You're not sure the fact. That's what it means. That the facts before you are not even clear. And that's why I'm saying that I'm worried that the court accepted to remind him, even with this obvious lack of proper organization of the police and gathering of the evidence and facts.
And what do you know about the circumstances of Mr. Farotimi's arrest and about how he was arrested? Because we're hearing that police invaded his law firm, disrupted the work being done there, handled some of the lawyers very, very roughly, and apparently seized some of their phones.
I even tried to shoot them. They threatened to shoot them.
And even tried to shoot them.
Now the question is this: the defamation, so to speak, says it was in the book he published. So why are you after their phones?
Yeah, but what do you mean they tried to shoot them? How did they try to shoot them?
The police threatened them. They don't give them their phone, they will shoot them.
Okay, right.
You know, and most of them were rough-handled, forcefully seized their properties and phones from them. And I just begin to imagine, in this
day and age,
we're in a democratic setting. This really happened in the military rule.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that all this seems to harken back to military rule in Nigeria, a time that most people would have hoped was long gone in this country. Is this sort of thing now going to continue to be a worry about the current direction of the rule of law in this country? Is it a worry for the NBA?
It is really a stopping factor. It is stopping us. It's worrying not only NBA, every civilized Nigerian. That's why if you open the internet everywhere in the world, people are shouting.
Well, we read out some of the names. I mean, a lot of people are angry about
even during military rule, we never had this intimidation, harassment, torture. It's really suppressing. Now, just last month, maybe 2 months ago, a lawyer was arrested in his police office in Lagos because he said the Igwe of his town in Enugu alleged that he was threatening him. Yeah, he was threatening him. They arrested him in his office in Lagos, took him to Enugu, flew him to Enugu. In Enugu there, a magistrate was waiting in court. From airport, they took him to the court and was mandated in prison custody. Meanwhile, that month, they Igwe alleged the man never went to the east. The Igwe was seizing people's land, widows' land, and taking as stock property. And the lawyer said, don't do that again. So it's very unfair. These are poor women. They have children. Because he dare question the Igwe. He brought police, he gave police money, told them the story. They went to Lagos, arrested him in police office, flew him to Enugu. From the airport to court, and was in prison custody.
So what does that say about the police?
The police are becoming more powerful than the law gave them. They're like demigods. It's so unfortunate. And each time, but the annoying thing is that lawyers will encourage this because most of the petitions are written by lawyers. Most of the petitions are written by lawyers, even when they know this is.
So the lawyers are a cooperating part of that abuse
That's
of
why
process.
this administration is trying to address.
Right.
We're happy that our president, Mazi Osiwe, is addressing this issue seriously because we must be seen as the light.
You mean in the NBA?
Yes.
Right.
We will see as the light.
So you're putting pressure on the government. You're leading sort of advocacy. You're
on this area.
Right.
Yes.
So you're convinced, as a lawyer, as somebody who understands process, that the manner of his arrest suggests that, as some people have said, that he was actually abducted rather than simply arrested or apprehended.
In situations like this, the right thing is to give invitation. Invite him to the station. If you feel strongly that it's a criminal offense, invite to the station. But when you arrange your men well armed, invade his premises, that is rather a war zone. That's really a war zone. And we feel strongly that this should have happened if the government is firm in protecting lives and properties of its citizens.
So, do the police come through to you as lawless in this instance? Mr. Farotimi's rights were disrespected and disregarded?
Recently, Nigerian police are becoming restless. Their attitude.
You're saying
actions,
becoming. Some would argue that they've been like that for a very long time.
Well, I think, but now it's becoming worse. Because as it is, I think the problem we have is that each time you get a judgment against them, the perpetrators are not meant to pay. Most of the police commission will pay the fine. If they are made to pay this money by themselves, I think some of them will be avoiding these things.
So, I mean, there are several issues here. One is, from a legal point of view, one is the issue of jurisdiction. You don't think that the Ekiti State Police have jurisdiction over Lagos. Like, they can't come to Lagos and arrest someone unless the Lagos State Police Command allowed them to do so.
Exactly.
So your sense is that they would have gone to the Lagos State Police Command rather than just come straight and
my worry is this. Ekiti State Police came to Lagos and arrested a Nigerian citizen in Lagos. There are two ways. Either that they met the Commissioner of Police Lagos, who permitted them, or they, on their own, invaded the premises of Dele Farotimi without the permission and authority of Commissioner of Police of Lagos State. Assuming that is the second aspect of it is correct, the police in Lagos State have not made any statement to say we are not aware that people came to our jurisdiction. And so I think there is a conspiracy here.
Yeah, but have you, as the NBA, because you have great authority
Yes.
over legal issues, have you tried to communicate with them?
We try to, we can't
question
reach them,
them?
but they have not been responding.
Right.
So we'll